dark dragon in all his glory.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Marvelous Gamers. Today we're diving deep into the wild, bloody, and sometimes outright insane world of Ninja Gaiden 4. We're talking about every single boss fight, breaking down their lore, their symbolism, and what each of them means in the story of Yakumo, Ryu Hayabusa's new successor. Get ready, because this one's packed with cyber ninjas, mythic monsters, and enough spiritual metaphors to make your head spin. Let's go! DDO Commander. Chapter 1. We kick things off in blood-soaked Tokyo, and the DDO Commander wastes no time setting the tone. This boss feels like a brutal initiation for Yakumo. The Commander isn't just a soldier, he's the face of corporate militarization that's taken over the city. His cybernetic enhancements and tactical AI make this a gritty blend of human rage and machine precision. The fight screams chaos, rain, neon lights, and Yakumo diving into battle with the weight of Ryu's legacy on his shoulders. Lore-wise, this duel introduces the central conflict. The world has moved on from ancient ninjas to corporate warfare. Yakumo's first test is not against a demon, but against human corruption.
Reach the pylon! All hands, take him out!
Made it to the pylon. Looks like they've upped their defenses.
DDO, Proto-Goliath. Chapter 2. The DDO never sleeps, and now we meet their experiment gone wrong, the Proto-Goliath. Imagine a skyscraper that decided to walk and punch you. That's Proto-Goliath. He's an experimental war machine made from cyber ninja tech, combining flesh, steel, and rage. This boss fight feels massive, both literally and thematically. It shows how far human greed has gone in trying to replace warriors with engineered weapons. Yakumo's agility versus Goliath's raw strength is symbolic of old-school mastery battling modern monstrosity. The deeper message? Technology without honor becomes its own kind of demon. Kitsune Courtesan, Chapter 3. The Kitsune Courtesan. Elegant, deadly, and absolutely here to ruin your life. She's one of the most mesmerizing bosses in the game, drawing on the mythic Japanese fox spirit who uses charm and illusion to manipulate men. Her fight is a visual feast. The arena glows with lanterns, her laughter echoes through mirrors, and Yakumo constantly questions what's real. Thematically, this chapter explores temptation and distraction, the idea that not all enemies are meant to be killed. Some must be seen through. The Kitsune's illusions test Yakumo's clarity of mind more than his sword skills, showing how easily beauty and deceit can blur in the ninja world. Sanzeon, Chapter 5. Sanzeon guards the haunted district, and calling it spooky is an understatement. Picture a spectral monk fused with ancient armor, surrounded by drifting spirits. Sanzeon isn't just another supernatural fight. He represents Yakumo's spiritual trial. The lore behind him suggests he once guarded the dragon lineage's sacred relics. Now corrupted, he forces Yakumo to face both fear and faith. Mechanically, the fight shifts pace. Every strike you land feels like you're fighting through layers of memory. When Yakumo defeats Sanzeon, it's not about killing a ghost, it's about purifying a guardian and proving he's worthy to carry Ryu's legacy. Kurobo, Chapter 7. This is the first time we truly dive into Yakumo's past. Kurobo isn't some random rival. He trained alongside Yakumo under the same masters. Their fight is brutal, emotional, and drenched in history. Kurobo believes Yakumo has betrayed their clan's way, while Yakumo believes evolution is the only path forward. Their duel isn't just about skill, it's about ideology. The fight choreography is tight, focused, and personal. No monsters, no magic, just two ninjas testing everything they've ever learned. Defeating Kurobo doesn't feel like a victory, it feels like losing a brother. Veilotl, Chapter 9. Veilotl takes us underwater, both literally and symbolically. This eerie aquatic boss embodies Yakumo's descent into darkness. You fight this creature in the murky depths, where visibility is low and tension is high. Veilotl represents rebirth, drowning in one's fears to rise again stronger. Its fluid movement and bioluminescent body design make it feel otherworldly. The combat here is slower and more methodical, teaching players to adapt to unfamiliar terrain. In the story's context, this is Yakumo facing his inner shadows before emerging renewed. Cetus, Chapter 10. If Veilotl was a nightmare, Cetus is a full-blown sea god. Modelled after the mythic Leviathan, Cetus towers over the ocean battlefield. This fight feels cinematic from start to finish. Yakumo darts across debris, dodging tidal waves and monstrous tentacles. Lore-wise, Cetus ties into the dragon lineage's connection to elemental balance. The sea represents chaos, and Yakumo mastering it means he can control the storm within. The spectacle is insane, but what's even better is how this boss symbolises conquering nature's wrath through sheer willpower. D-1018 Chariot, Chapter 11. Now we're back in the industrial wasteland with one of the game's craziest mechanical bosses, the D-1018 Chariot. Think of a tank on steroids with ninja reflexes. This boss showcases mechanical warfare at its deadliest. What makes it stand out is mobility. You're fighting across moving platforms, dodging energy beams, and using the environment to your advantage. It feels like a nod to Ninja Gaiden 2's chaotic set pieces, but with next-gen scale. Thematically, the chariot represents humanity's obsession with turning war into spectacle, a fight Yakumo must literally dismantle piece by piece. Elevator Fight, Chapter 12. Okay, so technically this one's more of a mini-boss sequence, but it deserves a solid spotlight. The elevator fight is one of those classic Ninja Gaiden moments where the game throws wave after wave of DDO cyborg soldiers at Yakumo as he rides a sleek steel elevator toward the top of a skyscraper in Tokyo's industrial zone. Each floor opens up to new chaos. The tight setting gives you zero room to breathe, forcing you to rely on reflexes, timing, and every ounce of muscle memory you've built up so far. This battle isn't just a button-mashing break, it's a brutal test of stamina and focus that keeps raising the stakes with every new wave. It's one of those segments where you finish the fight drenched in sweat, heart racing, realizing how far Yakumo has come and how much farther he still has to go. DDO Proto-Goliath, Revisit, Chapter 12. Yep, he's back. The Proto-Goliath returns, but this time he's upgraded and angrier. The rematch flips the script. Yakumo's improved mobility, dual sword techniques, and newly acquired ninjutsu forms show how far he's come. What used to be a terrifying wall of steel now feels manageable, proving his growth not just as a fighter, but as a strategist. The arena itself is redesigned, filled with collapsing catwalks and sparking generators that turn the entire battlefield into a death trap. This fight emphasizes the mid-game power shift. Yakumo is no longer surviving, he's mastering. It's also a great callback to Chapter 2, giving players a sense of payoff and closure. The new Proto-Goliath version even mimics Yakumo's earlier moves, a clever design detail suggesting the DDO tried to study and replicate his fighting data, turning the boss into a mirror of human ambition. Kagachi, Chapter 13. Now things turn mythic again. Kagachi is a massive serpent deity tied to ancient dragon myths. The creature coils through the arena like living lightning, blending elegance and terror. As thunder rolls and the ground splits under his scales, you realize this isn't just a fight, it's a myth coming alive. Symbolically, Kagachi represents the eternal cycle of creation and destruction, a mirror of Yakumo's own struggle between peace and power. Each phase forces you to balance aggression and restraint as Kagachi's divine strikes punish impatience. The combat mixes swordplay with dodge-heavy reflexes, demanding absolute precision and reading of patterns. By defeating Kagachi, Yakumo essentially proves he can tame the wild forces of his bloodline and wield them with control, not chaos. Achilles, chapters 13 to 14. You heard that right, Achilles. The game creators went Greek for this one. Achilles is a half-human, half-machine warrior built to look like the famous hero from old myths. He wears armor so tough it's almost impossible to break, and he speaks in short, dramatic lines about ancient glory. The main trick in this fight, you need to smash off his armor piece by piece while dodging his super-fast charge attacks. The fight is really about pride and how being powerful can make you lose your humanity. Achilles starts out calm and unbeatable, but once his armor breaks, he becomes wild and desperate, swinging his fists in anger. It's a thrilling, intense battle that feels like a movie scene, and when you finally win, it's one of the most satisfying moments in the whole game. Cetus, Revisit, Chapter 15. It's time for a rematch with Cetus, but things are different now. This time, Yakumo dives into the deep ocean again, but we see the fight through Ryu's eyes. It feels like everything has come full circle, showing how the teacher once faced the same challenges as the student. The fight is tougher now, with strong underwater currents and dangerous obstacles that test your timing and awareness. This second battle shows how much both heroes have grown. When Cetus is finally defeated again, it doesn't feel like just a win. It feels like both Yakumo and Ryu have learned to face the chaos inside themselves. Kitsune Courtesan, Revisit, Chapter 16. Our favourite fox spirit returns, and this duel is gorgeous. Gone are the illusions of glamour and deceit. Now, it's a straightforward duel between two beings who understand each other. The fight mirrors Yakumo's mental clarity. He no longer falls for her tricks. He faces her truth in a serene garden of fading petals. Their battle almost feels like closure rather than revenge. The acceptance of what beauty and power truly mean. Her death animation, where her foxfire extinguishes into starlight, symbolizes forgiveness. It's poetic, tragic, and visually stunning. A perfect reflection of Yakumo's evolution. Kurobo, Revisit, Chapter 17. The rivalry comes to its emotional end here. Kurobo returns, wounded and weary, for one final duel. This isn't about hatred anymore. It's about honor and mutual recognition. Their silent stare before the fight says everything. No flashy powers, no dialogue-heavy exposition. Just two ninjas, one last time beneath falling blossoms. The background music is stripped down, just shamisen strings and wind. When Yakumo wins, he carries Kurobo's body to rest beneath a cherry blossom tree. That quiet act of respect solidifies Yakumo as not just a warrior, but a man of heart, humility, and discipline. Totios, Chapter 18. Totios protects the Temple of Trials, a giant stone guardian covered in glowing symbols. This boss checks if Yakumo is ready for the final fights. The arena is huge, and Totios attacks with both heavy blows and magical energy, keeping the player on their toes. You can't just swing wildly, you need to be patient, time your moves, and think carefully. Beating Totios isn't just about fighting skills, it's about staying focused, keeping calm, and not giving up. This fight is like the last big lesson, getting Yakumo ready for the hardest battles ahead. Ryu Hayabusa, Chapter 19. The mentor-student dynamic takes center stage as Yakumo faces Ryu Hayabusa himself. This fight explores the passing of the torch, showing both respect and challenge between generations. Ryu wants to see if Yakumo has grown enough to stand on his own, balancing mastery of techniques with personal judgment. The duel is both emotional and intense, set in a beautifully rendered ancient dojo, with moonlight streaming through the windows. Each strike tells a story of legacy, trust, and expectation. When Yakumo finally overcomes Ryu, it isn't about defeating a master. It's about understanding, acceptance, and carrying forward the Dragon Ninja's honor and responsibility. Dark Dragon, Chapter 19. Just when it seems like the story has reached its peak, the true curse of the dragon lineage comes roaring to life. The Dark Dragon rises from the depths, a massive creature made of corruption and hatred. Its scales shimmer with black energy, and every roar feels like it could shake the world apart. This ancient beast has haunted the Hayabusa clan for generations, feeding on rage and tragedy. For Yakumo, this fight is more than a battle, it's a test of his will to break free from destiny. The arena burns with crimson light, and each hit feels like pushing back against centuries of darkness. By defeating the Dark Dragon, Yakumo proves that the new generation doesn't have to repeat the sins of the past. It's one of the most intense, emotional moments in the whole game, a fight for freedom, not just survival. Dark Dragon, Phantom Form, to final phase. Just when the monster falls, it changes again. The Dark Dragon's spirit takes on a ghostly, burning form. The Phantom Form is pure energy, a swirling mass of flame and shadow that reflects all the pain and anger buried within the dragon lineage. This isn't just a physical fight anymore, it's spiritual, symbolic, and breathtaking to watch. Yakumo stands against it alone in a sky filled with white light, every strike echoing through the void. The music swells as he channels everything he's learned, Ryu's teachings, his losses, and his inner peace. When he finally delivers the finishing blow, the darkness fades, leaving behind silence and light. This is Yakumo's redemption. He doesn't just destroy the curse, he purifies it, ending the dragon lineage's suffering once and for all. Epilogue/ending sequence. The final scene is quiet but powerful. The world has survived, and dawn rises over Tokyo once more. Ryu stands beside Yakumo, proud but distant, watching as his student becomes his equal. The dragon sword glows softly in Yakumo's hands, not as a weapon, but as a symbol of hope. As the credits roll, Yakumo reflects on his journey, the battles fought, the mentors lost, and the lessons learned. He realizes that being a ninja isn't about endless fighting, but about protecting life and harmony, a new era for the dragon lineage. Marvelous verdict. Ninja Gaiden 4 wraps up the saga with breathtaking fights, emotional storytelling, and powerful symbolism. From the DDO's corruption to the cleansing of the Dark Dragon, Yakumo's journey is both brutal and beautiful. It's a story about growth, sacrifice, and balance, a perfect continuation of Ryu Hayabusa's legacy. Whether you came for the action or the lore, this finale proves the Dragon Ninja spirit burns brighter than ever. And with that, we come to the end of the video. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.